Welcome to today's Stretching for Men. Today's class is designed specifically for men. It is basic movement, so anyone can do it. You don't need much with you. You just need access to a wall, a platform of some sort, like a stool or a chair, and of course a yoga mat if you have one, just to make it a little more comfortable for your knees. Some feedback I've gotten from men in my yoga classes is that there's too much emphasis on the legs. They want more upper body stretching. So we're going to put more focus on the upper body. Of course, we're still going to include the legs a little bit, but we're going to get started with the head, specifically the neck, and then we're going to work our way down all the way to the feet. Join me in a kneeling position or any comfortable seated position of your choice. And we're going to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder. You should already feel a stretch along the left side of the neck here. If you want a little bit more, you can reach those left fingertips down and then rotate the chin, down and then up, and just notice how it changes the sensation in the side of your neck. Maybe there's a point that feels really good that you want to stop on. If you want to take this further yet, you're going to pick up the right arm, reach it up and overhead, and bring your right hand on top of your left ear and push the ear into the hand and the hand gently into the ear. Release that side, come back up through center, and then we're going to lower the left ear to the left shoulder. Reach the right fingertips down, tuck the chin in, lift it up. Just notice if there's a spot that feels extra tight that you want to put more focus on. If you want even more, left arm reaches up, put the hand over top of the ear, push the ear into the hand into the ear. And slowly release. To get the back of the neck and the entire spine, let's actually come to standing for this one. Interlock all 10 fingers and bring them to the back of your head and tuck your chin into your chest. From here, you're just going to round down one vertebrae at a time. Come down as far as you want. Like, I already feel this stretch all the way down to my lumbar spine. And just keep pushing the head into the hands into the head. And that's how you'll really feel this. Gently come all the way back up and release. Working our way down the body, we're going to come to the chest. So this is where we're going to need a wall. Super basic. Bring the palm of your hand in contact with the wall. You can start standing close to the wall and just start twisting your body away. I like to adjust a little bit and move myself further away from the wall so I can lean into a little bit more. But again, this is your practice. Set yourself up however feels good for you. So just make your mindful micro adjustments if you're in the stretch so that we're not going to tweak anything. Feeling it into the chest, that front delt. And then release that side. Now I'm bringing my left hand to the wall and twisting the body away from it, slightly leaning into it to really feel the stretch. And then slowly releasing. Let's come back down onto the ground. We're going to work into the shoulders now and do a few different shoulder exercises. The first one, or stretches, The first one we're going to do, so grab your chair if you don't have it already. We're going to bring our elbows onto the platform and we're going to tent our fingers and keep space between our palms here. So you might need to bring your elbows a little bit wider, just set up as feels good for you. And then bring your head through the window of your arms. So your ears are by your biceps, and then just start lowering your chest down. Feeling the opening through the shoulders. Maybe you bend through the elbows to bring your thumb to touch your upper back. Straighten it out just to see how that feels. Let your chest keep getting heavier and heavier. And then pushing through the elbows using strength to come back up. We're now going to do a slightly different variation where the palms of the hands are on the platform. And then same thing. We're lowering our head through the arms, lower your chest towards the ground. Flare your armpits kind of out and open, and I find this just gets a little bit nicer into the stretch. And now pushing through the hands, lifting all the way up. One more with this platform. We're going to work now into more the side of the body. So taking the knife edge of my right hand, so the pinky edge, thumb is pointing up. I'm placing my left hand down on the ground. Knife edge is crossing across my body to the left side of the stool. And then yet again, I'm just lowering my chest down. I'm now going to bring my gaze past my left shoulder, just so I'm rotating a little bit through my upper body and feeling it a little bit more into the side body there. Push through the knife edge of your hand to come back up through center, switch sides. So the left arm crosses across body to the right side of the stool. Lower the chest down, and then bringing my gaze past my right shoulder just to get more of a stretch through the side of my body. Slowly release there. Come to another comfortable seated position. Working a little bit more into the arms, just across a body stretch here. So right arm is reaching across. You can hook the left elbow into that arm. Feeling it all along the back side of the delt there. Slowly release, switch sides. And release. All right, working our way, actually we're gonna work into like the upper back, thoracic spine region with a twist. So I'm extending my left leg, crossing my right foot over that left leg, reaching my right hand back behind me, and then my left elbow is gonna hook onto the outside of that right knee. Hand can stay just upright here, and then bringing the gaze past that right shoulder as we twist. You should feel this again through that area between the shoulder blades. You can really push this left elbow into the right knee to twist a little bit deeper. Suck your belly button in towards your spine. That should help you twist a little bit deeper as well. And then slowly unravel. Come to a neutral center position. Extend the right leg. Cross the left leg up and over. Left arm reaches behind. Right elbow hooks onto the outside of that left knee. Palm faces up. And then we're just looking past the left shoulder. Sucking belly button in towards spine. Pushing that elbow into the knee. Slowly release. Let's come onto our knees one more time. And we're going to stretch into the front of the body a little bit more here, another kind of chest and almost like belly opener. We're going to interlock all 10 fingers behind us. Squeeze the palms together if you can. If you need to keep them open, that's fine too. And then you're just reaching the knuckles down towards the ground. Maybe they come in contact. If they don't, that's fine too. But you just want to lift the chest up. You can even drop the head back. If the head was back, bring your chin towards your chest, release the arms. I wanted to add in one more upper body stretch, so I'm putting this clip in as well. Extend your right arm straight out in front of you, fingers pointing down towards the ground. Use the other hand to pull the fingers closer to your forearm. Getting a nice stretch to the arm. Maybe you really feel it through the bicep. Again, you can make any little micro adjustments to see if you feel it better in a slightly different angle or position. And then switch it out, other side. Pull the fingers towards the forearm. Feel around in it. And release. And now we're going to come to lay on our backs. And we're going to do a little bit of a lumbar spine stretch. So bring your feet about the width of your mat. And then we're just going to let the knees fall to the right and left. So just little windshield wiper movements. It's a great lower back release. You get a little bit of a glute massage. And I want you to bring your knees to the left and let them fall to the side and just leave it for a moment. You might get a little bit of a quad stretch on that top leg as well. Come back up through center. Let your knees fall to the other side. Hang out here for a moment. Up through center. And now we're going to come to a low squat because we're going to start working into the hips and legs here. So come into a yogic squat here. If your heels are lifted up, that's totally fine. If you need your hands down for support, totally fine as well. But what we're going to do is shift the weight over into I'm starting with my right foot, and then just lower your left knee down. This is a mobility movement here. Switch the weight to the other foot. If you can lift the hands up, maybe you can do this without supporting yourself. Move as slow as you need to. There's no rush here. Just do a couple more rounds. And now we're going to do a seated figure four stretch to work into the hips a little bit more. So with my right leg bent, I'm going to pick up my left leg, cross it up and over, and actively flex through this left foot. And then I'm going to puff my chest out towards that shin. You can even walk that right foot closer and towards you. You should feel the stretch in the left hip here. Try to think about pushing that left knee away from you. And you'll feel the stretch intensify a little bit. Slowly come out of it, release that leg, switch it out. Again, pull your chest towards that shin, flex through that top foot, push the knee away from you, and then you can even walk this left foot in to get even more of a stretch. Come out of it, release that leg. We're almost done. We're going to kill two birds with one stone here, working into the front and the back of the legs here. So let's come into a low runner's lunge here. Shifting the weight forward, you should feel a stretch in that I've got my right leg forward, so feeling a stretch in the left hip flexor, left quad area. If you don't feel enough in your quad, you can bend up through that back leg, or just leave your foot down, personal preference. If the leg was up, lower it down, and then we're going to pull the hips back, coming into a half split. So front leg is now extended. Flex through that foot. The harder you flex, the more you'll feel that stretch along the back side of the leg. And let's shift forward. We'll just do each of these one more time. So again, you can hang out in this low lunge, or you can bend up that back leg. Lower that back foot. If you lifted it, pull the hips back, really flex through that front foot. You can lower your chest down as well. Don't worry about what any of these poses look like as long as you feel a stretch, that sensation. That means you're doing it right. I'm bringing both hands to the inside of this extended leg and just swinging that leg back behind and bringing my left leg forward, coming into this low lunge. So again, staying here or bending through that back leg, getting more of a quad stretch. Lower that back foot down. If it was lifted, pull the hips back, flex through that front foot, feeling the stretch along the back side of this front leg. Let's shift forward one more time. Staying right here, bending through the back leg. Lower down through that back leg, pull the hips back, flex through the front foot, lower the chest down if it's accessible. I'm bringing both hands to the inside of that left foot. So I'm in a tabletop position. You can stay right there. I'm just rotating here, but now we're going to come into a bit of a groin stretch. So I'm extending my left leg out to the side, And you can stay right here, or maybe you shimmy or slide that foot farther away. You can lower your hips down. Just make any little movement so that you feel the stretch in your, if your left leg's extended, the left groin region. Come to a point where you can hold it, maintain your breath. And then pushing the ground away as you slide that leg in, other leg extends out. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you need to get a little bit deeper into it. You can lower the hips down. Wherever you are, just breathe into it. Slowly release. And we're just gonna come to sit on our bums. We've made it to our last stretch. And it's just ankle circles. So I'm just crossing my right leg over the left and doing ankle circles in one direction and the other direction. Really exaggerate it. So really point through your foot and flex through your foot. Make the circles as wide as you can and then switch it out. Big, 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 big circles in one direction and the other direction. If there's any cracking or popping, that's totally fine, totally normal. My ankles are both cracking with those. And release. Now that we're all done, I want you to come to a comfortable seated position and just close out your eyes for a moment and just notice how you feel. Notice how rugged and manly you feel, how agile and limber and ready for the hunt you feel. Remember that feeling. Remember it as a reason to come back and to maintain a stretching routine in your life. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again in one of my other videos or a repeat of this one. Namaste.